What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be cleaning out the plasma table. I left for a little mini vacation trip for over the weekend with my wife, and over the course of that it's been well into the hundreds for a couple months. Well, while I was gone, the water evaporated out of the plasma table, and so it's completely bone dry now. It started growing some stuff because the pH level is all weird and stuff, so it needed to be done anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and do that today. I'll take you over here and show you kind of what it looks like right now. It's pretty grody, pretty gross, but we're gonna get this all cleaned up and mixed with some nice new fluids so we can start messing with some nice weld art and that kind of stuff that I want to do with this table. I also need to go ahead and readjust the outer sections because they're running on one bearing only now, which is bad. I want it to be as evenly spreading the weight as possible on those outer support tubes. So we're going to go ahead and readjust the whole table, and then we're going to go ahead and pull the hand mount off. I'll probably do a separate video on that because for my birthday the wife let me get a machine torch for this, which will, I think, help my beveling issues immensely on this table, just because you have all your vertical load with the machine torch instead of the hand torch. Trying to get that perfectly square to the table proves to be a real pain. If you guys switch any consumable or anything like that, it completely jacks it up. And then depending on how your cable pulls and where you're moving on the table, it also changes how it's reacting as it's moving, and you can just have some weird beveling issues that you fight. And I'm not saying you can't get this dialed in perfectly and have really good results, because I have had it that close. It's just a lot more of a pain than it's worth it. But anyway, that will be for a different video. Let's get to cleaning this table. Take you guys over, you can kind of see all the remnants and rusty grossness after it's evapped out. Probably gonna have to do some scraping, but you can see where it's kind of growing some moldy grossness. So we're gonna throw some gloves on. We'll put you guys on a time lapse and we'll get her all cleaned out as best we can. Alright guys, my camera died, but I ended up pulling the table off to clean it. I pressure washed it and then just wire wheeled where any of the big chunks that didn't come off were. Worked out good. It's back on there, and I got just plain water in it right now, leak testing it. Everything looks just fine. So I went ahead and off camera and I readjusted these so they're a lot better now. Everything's nice and level again, looking good. So we're gonna go ahead and put the slats back in, which I already cleaned off camera as well. Sorry about that. You can pretend it's movie magic, or like a lot of car shows out there, just kind of one and done, quick and seen. But yeah, like I said, I went ahead and finished cleaning everything. The slats are all ready to go back in, so we're gonna go ahead and throw everything back into the table and we'll get it all set up. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and re-square the Z-axis again now that I've readjusted those bearings and everything, and we're gonna get it prepped for that machine torch that we will go over in a later video. But for today, I think we're just gonna get those slats back in, some chemical mixed up. I do have a few projects I want to do on this week, and so we'll have it all ready hopefully for that as soon as the rest of my stuff shows up for the machine torch. We'll make a video on swapping that, so let's get to it. We'll get her finished real quick. Guys, I just got the slats added in there, and you saw, and then that green fluid that I was adding to the water and finishing leveling out is called plasma green. It's an additive for the water that is antimicrobial, so it helps the water not grow anything. and it's also got some other additives for anti-hydrogen and stuff like that. So if you're cutting aluminum with plasma, it creates a hydrogen gas, and it gets trapped under the water as you're cutting, and then it can form a gas bubble and explode. So part of that anti-hydrogen additive is to allow that not to happen, or to help that not to happen. But always just be as careful as you can, especially when cutting aluminum. Weird stuff happens with plasma, but for the most part I mostly only cut steel, and a lot of this is just for the antimicrobial additive. But overall the cleaning didn't take too long. It was a couple hours, 2-3 hours maybe. I probably went a little too long without cleaning it. I'd say more often cleaning's probably better than not enough. But it's done now. It's looking fresh, ready for some more jobs and some messing around. We're gonna start playing with some cool art and stuff like that that I have designed up. So hopefully this week we'll start cutting some of that and having some fun with it. Hey guys, I just want to chat with you here. I was finishing editing up the video about cleaning out this plasma table, and I just want to talk to you and show you. This is about 8 months since that video was originally shot, and I haven't cleaned it since then. It's still from that first cleaning, but I just want to show you what the table looks like after about 8 months of use, and kind of what we should be looking out for if you have one of these tables, because there's a couple things I need to address on this, and I need to get it cleaned out again. But check this out. With this water table, you start getting a lot of splashback up in here, and even with the rail you can kind of see the wear marks. I'm thinking I'm going to try and run a Scotch-Brite on this next time I clean it. But if you put your hand on this, if you used one a lot, you'll get grit, and this will lock up and it'll actually make your nuts skip, basically. So especially on the Z travel, or I guess that's not Z travel, but this direction. Blanking on which direction that is right now, it doesn't matter. But if you can hear that, that's all like kickback off of the torch. And peek the machine torch. I'm going to be editing a video on machine torch here as well. I just need to do video and intro for it. But anyway, I'm just showing you. And I mean, this thing's been getting a lot of use. It really needs to be cleaned up again. I really need to go through, clean all this, and actually I think I'm going to try some dry film lube on the ball screws just to make sure everything's safe. But yeah, it definitely gets messy. I might make a guard or something if I can to help splashback. I've seen guys use little rubber funnels that they stick around on here to reduce this, and I think I'm going to try that actually as well. That's a really easy solution to try and fix some of this splatter and kickback, so that's what I'm doing. But yeah, anyway, thanks for checking it out, guys. It's not a very interesting video. I'm playing catch up from a few months of not editing films, so hopefully we'll get some YouTube videos back up for you guys to see. We've done a lot of projects in the last 6 or 8 months, and we're way behind. So thanks for checking it out. We'll see you guys next time.